What's up, guys? Busta Boy here, and as you can see, it is that time again. This time, I'm doing something a little different here. This time, I'm introducing something new. It's called Busta Boy 46's Fantasy Card. That's right. I'm gonna try to do this, I don't know, whenever I feel like it. 5 of the best matches I can come up with. 5 of the best opponents I can come up with. And I'm gonna pin them against each other. And it'll be up to you guys on who you think would win. So, now, maybe these matches could legitimately happen, which it would be great if it did. It would be absolutely awesome if it did. So, now, now this is just my opinion on who, now, just because you don't make the card does not mean that you're not really, really good. It's just, this is the kind of matches I would love to see. And I'm pretty sure the Backyard Wrestling universe would love to see this too. I'm pretty sure the Backyard Wrestling community would love to see this. So, we're going to start it off like this. First match. Alright. Navon McDonald, aka Novin. Novin is very, very good. So, we need to have him against somebody that's also good too, that can match great with him. That's why I say this. Navon McDonald, aka Novin, versus Lips. Now, I bet you're wondering, why Lips? The Freak Show versus the inner demon of Navon McDonald. The inner demon of Everett Creed versus the inner demon of Navon McDonald. The battle of the demons. I think these two would gel perfectly together. I think these two explosive personalities would do very well together. I think that you guys should, I think they would. They could put on a hell of a show. Second match, and this is going to be kind of an odd thing here, so ready for this one. Jordan Oliver versus Tyler Storm. That would be a match made in heaven right there. Jordan Oliver is a great athlete. You know, the cockiness, underneath the cockiness, which we know a couple of other people that are very, very cocky, which we will get to them in a minute. We will get to their match here in a few. We'll get to him in a second. But this guy can back it up in the ring. You know, this guy has the tools to make it. He's the self-proclaimed most dangerous man in the ring. And I think Tyler Storm versus Jordan Oliver. Tyler Storm would be the true test, or a true test for Jordan Oliver, and vice versa. I think those two would truly test each other. I think those two would work perfectly with each other. So the next match, is someone I'm very glad that Novin said no to, because honestly, Novin's on a whole nother level than this guy is. No offense to him. Kevin Shaw versus Jason Walker. Now, I bet you're wondering, why in the hell would I put Kevin Shaw against Jason Walker? Think about it. Jason Walker has been overlooked for years. Jason Walker has been overlooked many, many, many times. But that dude is a dangerous motherfucker in that ring. In that ring, you do not underestimate him. Because the next thing you know, you're put down. Kevin Shaw, one of the most resilient people in BTW. And I think this would be a true test for Kevin Shaw. I think Kevin Shaw versus Jason Walker, that would be a dynamic match. The next match is something that, well, has happened before. but I'm going to add a different stipulation to it. Rick Rios versus Corey Graves. Rick Rios versus Corey Graves in an Iron Man match. You know, the first match they had at Retro Invasion was by far the absolute best on the card. Like, the best match on the entire card. I mean, the card was action-packed. I went back and looked at it at Retro Invasion. I watched it all the way through. Everyone knows how that review went. Winky face. But anyway, back on point. Yeah, we know how that went. I think that it would go. I think those two deserve a rematch. I think those two gel very, very well together. I think those two match together. I mean, those two are just, it's destiny for those two to be like natural born rivals of the BYW. That's why I think those two should definitely go at it again. And I think the Iron Man match would be perfect. And it would be the perfect Cinderella story for their chapter. To end their chapter. I hope I said that right. The next match, I would put another test, another true test for another underdog, a man that deserves the spotlight, a man that doesn't get it very often, and I think he should definitely get it. He's had it once, and he took that ball and rolled with it, and he did well. He fucking killed it. I'm talking about the Disaster. The Disaster, Chase Bridges. That guy does not get any credit at all. I mean, he killed it in Roulette. You know, he was the most talked about superstar, surprise superstar in the Roulette Rumble. And I think he deserves more chances. So that's why I say Chase Bridges versus Everett Creed. Everett Creed, I know he's been on quite a losing streak lately, but Everett Creed is still dangerous in that ring. You know, Everett Creed is still one of the most dangerous men in that ring. And I think that I think Everett Creed would be a true test for the Disaster. You know what I mean? It would be a make or break moment for the Disaster. And I think the Disaster, Chase Bridges, is great in that ring. I think in that trampoline, I really think he's one of the most, I think he's I wanted to say one of the best, but I want to say he's the biggest underdog in backyard wrestling because no one really pays very much attention to him. And I think that's going to be a huge problem. I think that's going to be a huge disadvantage on their part. A lot of people underestimate Chase Bridges. I've watched the RW. I watched the RW a lot, and he's really fucking good. He's really talented. He's not selfish. He puts people over when necessary, you know. He's not selfish, you know, and that's great, you know. But I think this would be a true test for him. Everett Creed versus the Disaster, Chase Bridges. So I can't remember if I did a match yet. I mean, did 5, but if I did, there was a bonus for you. If I didn't, well, here we go. The next match is just bound to happen, you know. Next match, I think. No, the next match would be an absolute true test, and it would be one of the dream matches. Okay, so the next match that I would pick, it's actually pretty sick. I was thinking about this, another match that I could come up with. I don't know if I did 5 or not, but if I didn't, here's a bonus. If I did, here's a bonus. If I didn't, here's a 5th one. I would put it like this. It would be Pork Chop. Yeah, of all people, Pork Chop. Well, again, like a lot of people, he doesn't really get the recognition that he deserves. Just like Seth Maverick doesn't get the recognition he deserves. It would be Pork Chop versus Dirty DeChico. I mean, the two heavy hitters, two very heavy hitters. The heavy hitter of BWE, the heavy hitter of the UWE, the gunslinger of UWE. You know, I think those two would match very well together. Again, Pork Chop, very talented dude. For a big guy, he is very, very quick. And Dirty DeChico, for a big guy, he is very, very quick. So I think those two could just naturally gel together. I think those two would go great together. I think those two would be perfect for each other because I think those two would be in sync. No, I'm not talking about the boy band. I think those two would literally be like, they would gel perfectly together. And that's why I say, that's my final match. Let me know what you guys think of my card that I put together, my fantasy card. This is the first episode. If you guys like it, I'll do some more. This is just something I decided to do out the blue. I didn't plan it or nothing, but hope you guys enjoy. So, this is Busterboy46 signing off saying, game on, rock out, stay frosty. Later, everybody.